Welcome to committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and who you represent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Ron Nate. I'm president of the Idaho Freedom Foundation, here to speak in opposition to Senate Bill 1289. Senate Bill 1289 would create a complicated and arduous process for parents seeking to protect their children from being exposed to pornographic content in public schools and libraries. Under Idaho law, it is a crime for almost anyone to provide pornographic content to children. Inexplicably, the law contains a carve-out that allows schools and libraries to make obscene content available to children. And that's exactly what they do. We have a history with the library in my family. We'd take our kids, we'd walk to the library several blocks down the street to the public library. We did this in Ohio, we've done it in Idaho. We love the library. But today, I don't know if I would trust sending my kids to the library just to roam free and see whatever is there. Have you seen what is in the library? We have stacks of content that we could show you, that I could read to you of what is going on in the libraries. Senate Bill 1289 was suggested as a solution to this, but it fails to address the underlying problems and actually makes them worse in some respects. By including 6A, but excluding 6B, we are now saying that part of the definition of harmful materials will be codified into law that will make that acceptable in libraries and for distribution when it is, in fact, in law, still defined as harmful materials. The bill makes no provisions or requirements for libraries or schools to preemptively keep harmful materials away from kids. They only have to react when someone complains. I would like to think that libraries are part of a community and part of protecting kids. I've heard a lot about protecting librarians and libraries today, but not a lot about protecting kids. If libraries are truly a public good, let's make sure they are in fact good. Thank you. I'm happy to address any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Nate. Senator Taves.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for presenting today, Mr. Nate. I was wondering, it's not lost on me that we actually have now everybody opposing this bill, from what I can see. But I'm wondering if this isn't the solution, what is?
Mr. Nate.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, Senator Taves.
And we need to keep it within the scope of what is in front of us, not what is out there, but you're welcome to speak to it a little bit.
Absolutely. First of all, one little technical problem to get to that is that relocation of materials in K-12 school libraries doesn't make any sense. They serve only minors. There is no adult section to relocate to. So that is a technical problem with the school libraries part of this. But I would suggest that this bill be amended or changed or brought back as a bill that truly honors the harmful materials restriction in Idaho law. That for some reason, like I mentioned, libraries and schools are carved out of dispensing this. Now, maybe that was back at a more innocent time where the concern was maybe anatomy books. But now we see what schools are distributing, some horrible stories out there. We need to go back to just removing that carve out. If parents are parents of their kids, great. Let's make sure libraries are good, and librarians, library boards can follow the law. We don't worry about throwing bartenders in jail when we make alcohol 21 and older. That's not the intent of the law, to throw bartenders in jail. The intent is to protect children. The intent of a law to protect children from harmful materials is not to throw librarians in jail. We expect them to follow the law. It is to protect kids.
Thank you, Mr. Nate.